Istanbul Basaksehir are on the cusp of something momentous. They're a side that's challenged for the top four ever since they were promoted in 2014, but have fallen short every time, with their best finish coming second in 2017. But now, their coach Abdullah Avcı, who's been at the helm since their promotion, faces a real prospect of leading his side to the title.
Başka bir oyuna doğru evrilen.
We have continuity throughout the club and we have a player profile that constantly tries to develop their game and their playing style. We've evolved from the way we played 4.5 years ago to the way we play now. Also, our team isn't really affected by squad politics like the big teams. We are able to establish supremacy over our rivals tactically and with the power of our gameplay because we're a very balanced team.
So this is the match day experience at Basaksehir, and it is totally different in comparison to the other three Istanbul clubs. But the fact is, this club could actually go on and win their very first Turkish Super League title. Now, the thought of an outsider muscling in on the dominance of the big three Istanbul clubs should conjure up some romantic footballing fairy tale. However, the thought of this club actually winning the league actually divides opinion.
I think nowadays in Turkish football, nothing is played by the rules. That's why personally, I don't care about either side winning or losing the title.
I prefer Galatasaray to win the league, because as an Ankara Gücü fan, we struggled to play a lot in the Turkish Super League. We didn't get any support like Başakşehir did.
But people are sceptical of Basaksehir's success, and it's down to the club's origins. The club were owned by the municipality, with their current president, Göksel Gümüşdağ, a former vice president of the local government's Congress. This has led to accusations of the club being funded by the state, accusations amplified when they added big names like Robinho, Arda Turan and Emmanuel Adebayor to the roster. And they also moved to a new stadium, named in the honour of the man they're trying to beat this weekend, Galatasaray manager Fatih Terim.
The so-called perception about us is government and the municipality is funding us, so that's why we can make all these transfers and this balance sheet. So the president showed this infographic to the media stating that our all sponsorships is like 15-16% of our balance sheet, which is 84% comes from domestic rights, international rights and the transfer sales.
There's a bigger issue at play. Financially, Turkish football is at a crossroads. Super League clubs have rattled up debts of $2.6 billion, and the Turkish Football Federation had to effectively bail them out by introducing a new loan restructure. Most of the big spending was in Istanbul, with the three biggest clubs announcing that they owe more than $1.8 billion between them to the banks. Those clubs had to sell their best and brightest to balance the books, but have all fallen foul of UEFA's financial fair play rules. Debt-free Basaksehir seem to be going the other way. They may be littered with stars, but their fan base has been slow to take up the cause of the new Istanbul club. Galatasaray this season have an average attendance of 41,000. Basaksehir's home attendance tallies up to just over 4,000, showing that this side is fighting for a title and an identity. A tough task considering that the big three account for 80% of Turkish fans.
I started to come to Başakşehir games last season. I used to be a Fenerbahçe fan, but it was so hard for me to travel to Kadıköy from this side of the city.
It's been 3 years since I became a fan. I'm originally from Sivas, and one day I watched Başakşehir against Sivasspor. I was impressed with the way they played football, and I live near the stadium, so I said, why not?
Basaksehir are up against more than 100 years of history and tradition. If they beat 21-time champions Galatasaray, they hold the advantage in becoming only the third team outside the big three to claim the title. Lose, and that dream could slip away.